But I think we talked about most of the stuff. So the next topic I want to kind of hear about is the playstyle itself. And I have never seen the usage of Moonlight Sonic yet, so I kind of want to hear the playstyles, like as in the cycles that you usually do.
Well, I don't always use Moonlight Sonic. I
Mm-hmm.
do agree that Dark Axle is very useful in certain gates. The thing about certain bosses is that you can actually spacebar through the boss. If you can use it well, you really don't need Dark Axle. And then you can just use Moonlight Sonic to gain additional stacks. The biggest reason that I use Moonlight Sonic is first, it's a range skill, and then second, it's not a back attack skill. If bosses are doing a pattern where
Mm-hmm.
his, I know it sounds wrong, but his ass is free, you can just
Mm-hmm.
use skills like Soul Absorber and Blood
Yeah.
Rush like that. But
Right.
if the pattern ends and you think the boss has got a turn or might turn, you use
Uh-huh.
Moonlight Sonic then. Because it doesn't
Oh.
matter if the boss is turning or not looking at you, or, if you're not in a back attack position, it doesn't matter because Moonlight Sonic doesn't need back attack.
One thing I want to see is, let's say you have 3 bubble right now. You're starting a fight, right? Let's say your fight just started. What would be like a very good cycle that you would do to reach the surge moment?
If you're first starting a fight, when you're activating this Blade Arts, it resets the skill cooldown. So it's nice to have your Maelstrom and then reset the cooldown like that.
Right, right.
Maelstrom, Wind Cut, and then activate your Surge, and then it gains you additional stacks. And then
Oh,
you
I see.
apply synergy with Spincutter,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can either use Wind Cut or Earth Cleaver. I usually end up using Earth Cleaver like this, and then I use Wind Cut with Soul Observer,
Yeah.
Maelstrom with Bliss Rush, Spin Cutter, and then Wind Cut, Surge.
Oh.
You always want to end your cycle with Wind Cut Surge because if you're at 17 stacks
Mm-hmm.
and you cast Wind Cut Surge, it's gonna be a 20 stack Surge, and then you're back to 3 bubbles.
I keep surging at 19 stacks.
Yeah,
And then I
so
go like, oh man, I need to get 1 more stacks, and I just try to get 1 more stack, and then I miss it, and then I miss that whole opportunity, right? So I wanted to make it like a clean way to figure out.
but it doesn't matter because I don't know if you notice, but I never use my VoidStrike.
Right, that's one thing that's interesting because I always use VoidStrike and I still can't stack properly.
Let's say
Uh-huh.
you miss one of the skills and you kind of need additional stacks. That's when I would use VoidStrike during the cycle to gain additional stacks.
I see, I see.
The most times that I use VoidStrike is when I use a lower stack Surge. So there, it was an 18 stack Surge, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm lacking 3 bubbles, right? Then
Right.
I would tap my VoidStrike. It's back at 3 bubbles.
Oh, so the point is to be confident on even if you're at like 16, 17 stacks, you can get the bubbles back
Right.
on just a tap of voice strike, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So those are the thought process that you're supposed to have a better uptime and DPS.
One thing is that you kind of have to hit back attack. If you're
Right.
at 17 stacks and then you think the boss might turn, it's
Mm-hmm.
safer to cast your Surge at high stacks like 17, 18,
Mm-hmm.
and just recover with Voice Strike and then move on to next cycle.
Right.
Because you never know if what the boss's next pattern is gonna be.
So case one would be, let's say you're at 17 stacks and then your boss is doing like let's say a one pattern that you know for sure that he's gonna be staying still for at least 2 to 3 more seconds.
Yeah, if you know
Then
the
you would
pattern's
get
gonna
that
be
3 stack, right?
you would
Mm.
do other stack skills and then cast your Surge at 20 stacks.
But if you think that he's doing like a dangerous pattern that you don't know that he's going to be moving, that you know that you don't have much time, you just use the surge right away at 17 just to land the hit, and
Right.
then you stack again, right?
Additionally, if you know the boss's mech is happening at certain lights, and then you're only at like 10 stacks, 12 stacks, okay to cast a Surge right before the mechanic starts or like the DR phase in Gate 4 of Broshaza, because Cube
Mhm.
transforms a lot, and then you can just cast your Surge right before the transformation, and then recover by fully charging your Voice Strike, and then
Right.
start gaining additional stacks during the DR phase. And then when the DR phase ends, you can just start with another 20 stack Surge. And that's how you become a God player, God DPS player. And
Could you show an example here? Assuming that that's the dummy is like could you show like a simulation? What do you have just said?
Right. So let's say you have like
13
13
stacks.
stacks, and you know the boss is gonna phase in like a couple seconds. Then you
Mm-hmm.
cast your surge, and then now with
Okay.
DRs, then you recover, and then during the
And
DR
then you
phase,
surge
yeah, during
during
the
the
DR
DR
phase,
phase.
you gain stacks because during the DR phase, stacking skills don't really do much damage compared to surge, right?
Right.
So you can just use whatever skills like Windcutter, Spincutter, or even Earth Cleaver. You can even use these main skills if you really want. Because
Mm.
once you hit 20 stacks, it's a waste of time to use these skills compared to casting Surge and moving on to the next side.
Because if you have 20 stacks, the surge should be always top priority.
If you have 17 or more, always use your Surge and then move on to the next side.
And if you're under it, you kind of think about, using it, knowing as if he's gonna go to DR or like a cutscene.
Right.
Okay. When does it? How fast does it usually fill up to 20 surge?
Well, theoretically, Blade can stack one stack per 0.4 seconds. It sounds like it should be 8 seconds, but there's like delays and system registration, I guess. So it usually ends up being like 10 seconds. But if you're casting a good surge, at least 5 times a minute, then you're doing a pretty good DPS. And
5 times a minute.
if you're doing more than 5, then that means you're like God.
I'm playing wrong. I'm pretty bad at Surge Blade, chat. I thought I think I do like 2 a minute, dude.
Let's say in Vicus you get the purple ring, you're not gonna be able to gain stacks or do damage for like 10 seconds, right? So that all of that matters too. But if you're really good, if you're really a good surge player, you should be at least casting 4 surges a minute, and then 5 is very good. 6 is godlike. 6 is you're like playing a trading dummy. And if you're at that point, your mana shouldn't be holding you back.
Wow, so Surge Blade could have like a mana holding you back, huh?
When I play Hell Vicus Gate 1, I sometimes run out of mana.
I thought I was doing okay, but I don't even know how many surge I do every minute, but like I walk around. Sometimes I have 18 stacks and I go, "Oh no, what do I do? I need 2 more stacks." And I wait for the skill to come back, cool down, and then I surge. And then I just realized I did 1 surge in like 1 minute.
Yeah, so that's all happening because people are holding on to their surge.
Right. Yeah, some of the stuff that, the thought process, that this really helped me out because like it got me into a thought process for sure. I need to keep in mind to fight probably better. Could you also show like how would you rotate against a training dummy as well? To see if we can see an example.
Sure, I might need mana.
That makes me scared because I've never thought that this class would be lacking, man.
For demonstration, let's try it without any mana generation.
I see. Wow. I've been playing. Oh, you do lack mana. But you would still got the 20 stacks and then you got 2 stacks in 27. That means if the mana, yeah, you're getting it there. Could we try it with the mana?
I'm gonna add level 2, what is it?
2 Spirit Absorption and then mana, max mana. Nice yearning. Oh, so you wait just a little more so they get that 20 stacks and then you just land it.
That one was key delay.
Oh, the
Like
key
keyboard.
did? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there, it was a 19 stack, so I used my VoidStrike to recover.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So, Chad, like, VoidStrike, I've always used VoidStrike to do stacks, but thinking about doing it as a recovery is such a safer way to think about. Wow.
There, I just cast it because it was a minute mark.
Oh, that's actually insane. I didn't know. I didn't know you're supposed to play it like this.
You end
But
up dealing more damage, a lot more damage, by casting higher stack safe surges
higher stack safe surges.
rather than pushing for 20 stack surges every time.
I see. I see.
You know, if you have higher stacks, your attack power increases, right? So it's actually better to use these two main skills towards the end of the cycle.
Oh.
But more importantly, these two skills have to be back attack, right? So even if you have to use this cycle early in the cycle, if you can't hit it back attack, you can just use it. So if it's a back free pattern,
Yeah.
if the boss's ass is free, I'm just gonna cast my Soul Observer rather than risking it for a higher stack. You wanna land it for a back attack surely.
Oh.
Even if you have higher stacks, even if you have 20 stack surge, if you have 20 stack ready, if you're not hitting back attack on these two skills, the damage is halved anyway. There's not really a fixed cycle for surge when it comes to actual rating outside of Trixion. You have to be very very flexible.
You have to be flexible, stacking the stacks, and based upon like what the boss is going to do, you adjust your stacking skills or damaging skills accordingly, right? And then for Moonlight, you kind of added in there to even have a safer, like an insurance, another insurance that covers up the stacks,
Right.
and doing more damage by removing your maneuver skill, which is the Dark Axle, because you can do that with spacebar. I completely got it, and I think so. When you use VoidStrike, while the icon doesn't appear, does it still fill up?
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay. So when you know that you did 19 stack surge, you cast VoidStrike even before the icon updates to fill up the bubble before even the animation shows up, correct?
Right.
Oh. I always thought when I played Blade for the first time, I've always thought that you have to wait until the bubble fills back up.
Nope.
Yeah. As soon as you use the surge, the bubble should not be empty and coming back later. The bubble should be immediately there, so I kind of know how much I have. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be a nice QOL update.
And then you thought you had, what is it? You thought you had 3 bubbles, and then you activate your blade arts, and it sounds different. So it's at 19 stacks. You activate your blade arts, it sounds different.
Right, it does.
Yeah, and then you're like, fuck.
That happens to me all the time. The thing I was really interested in was when you do a surge and then you knew that you're missing a stack, so you cast VoidStrike right away and then press Z. That's very interesting because like I've never done that.
If you're like not sure, just tap it. It's only a second.
Oh, if you're not sure, and then tapping itself just gives you a bubble anyway, right?
Yeah, it really depends on your spec.
I see. Oh, it depends on your spec too. So I think it's important for people to test it out on Trixion first, right?
Right. So build your display and then go to Trixion and see how many stacks you get. If you're walking around with a 20 stack surge and you're like waiting for a safe pattern and you have 20 stack surge, you're like actually losing a lot of DPS. If you're still getting Girl Fighter with that, then it means you have it means you're a Giga Chat whale or your other DPSs are doing the same thing.
Yeah, because sometimes when I play with Death Blades, man, like especially mine too, it's like I'm not pushing as fast. So
and then it's also very important that you use Spincutter right. If you're just spamming Spincutter for stacks, kind of bad, because Spincutter is one of your main maneuver skills, but at the same time, it's one of the movement skills, right? If you're not using Dark Axle, it's the only movement skill if you're not using Dark Axle.
Right.
And while the boss is doing a pattern, let's say the boss turned around, so you just use Moonlight Sonic to gain additional stacks, and the boss is looking at me like this, then you would use your Spincutter to reposition yourself behind the boss.
Right.
So your aim matters if you're playing Deathblade. The thing about Spincutter is that if you're actually using Epic Galewind or higher,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot benefit from triple spin.
Oh, really? So that's why you have the blue Gale Wind.
Even if you have a Epic Galewind ready, you have to use Blue Galewind to gain full 3 stacks.
Oh, because you'll be doing it too fast.
You'll be doing it too fast.
I see. I see.
In Trixion, you can, but if you're talking about supports, Yearning Set, and then some of the attack movement speed buff with the Maelstrom and then other synergies,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna lose a stack.
I use quick recharge on the spin.
That also works. It's a preference.
Wow,
And
I learned a lot. I think Chad learned a bunch of stuff too. So, is there anything else that you want to mention on the playstyle?
you can also use Soul Absorber to kind of reposition or get back to the boss. If the boss is moving around, Soul Absorber has actually two parts, right? Two parts to his attack.
Yeah.
Like that. So what you can do is this to follow up the boss.
Right.
The boss is moving around.
Right. Right.
When you're doing the rotation, you always wanna use Windcut Z to gain additional stacks, and then
Right.
when you do Windcut Z, do not use Spincutter right away because then you're using Windcut and Spincutter at the same time, so you're losing another additional stacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're charging Soul Observer, you cannot gain any additional stacks. So you always want to use either Windcut or Maelstrom. I recommend Windcut. If you have Maelstrom ready, Maelstrom Blitz Rush.
Right. You kind of add them together in a combo,
Yep.
so that your stacking time is super fast. But you're also squeezing in DPS skills in between too.
Right.
That's why you also do, let's say when you start with the Surge, you do Earth Cleaver because you don't want to use Wing Cut and Spin Cutter at the same time.
And then
Okay.
Earth Cleaver is less damage compared to Soul Absorber or Blitz Rush.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to use it earlier in the cycle. Because
Right.
higher stacks you have, higher damage these two skills will be.
So I think those are some of most of the playstyle stuff I wanted to hear about, chat. And generally, I've understood some of the stuff that I can improve on, and hopefully you guys can understand the stuff that you can improve on too. So, with that last statement, we get to the next content, the last content, which is the Prokel solo showcase. I do it all the time. Are you ready, Mr. Syla?
Well, okay.
Okay. Huh?
I'm nervous though.
That's what all my interviewers said.
I'm just gonna take off gears.
Wow, just like that, chat. Just gonna take off gears. Real Giga Chat play. Okay. Got it ready to go. Oh, yours is pink and white for back. Mine's blue. Oh, dodging that real quick. Nice. Oh, the pizza?
Pattern.
This is the crap pattern, right? Your example of a crap
Yeah.
pattern.
Because you have to cast your surge before the bubble ends.
Oh, okay. That's 17 stacks though.
So
Oh, nice.
just cast your surge like this, and if you let your surge die away, it's a waste, right?
It's a waste, yeah.
So if
That
the
happens
boss-
to me all the time.
Yeah. If the boss is like here, like this, and then he's not showing the ass, just cast it in the head. And then
Right.
move on to the next cycle.
Right. It's always cycling. Damn, chat. Explaining while doing the Prokill fight. Giga Chad. Easily dodges. Oh, nice. Nice search. Dunk walk. That wing cut. Getting it there. Landing it. Oh, spacebar through and surge. Holy moly.
Oh, one tip. If the
What's the one
boss is near the wall, you can use your soul absorber to pull it away from the wall.
Oh, really? Oh. Oh, the spacebar? I gotta do
cannot
more of
that
that
with Dark
spacebar.
Axle. You cannot do that with Dark Axle.
Yeah, because it's slower, right? Yeah, I gotta learn this spacebar surge one day. And then you use Dark Castle there because it's a little slower, right?
Yep. Oh shit. He's got turn.
Okay. Oh, so he knows he's turned. He knows he's turning.
Uh,
Oh shit!
fuck.
Syla, no! Wait, what is your item level?
1053.
You can equip one more if you want.
I think I have enough.
What? Wow!
So you know how when the Prokel goes dark, there's a
Uh-huh.
bleed damage.
There's bleed damage.
Uh-huh.
So you die by the bleed damage.
I got hit and then I got hit both and then the bleed damage.
Oh.
Well, I thought I speak already.
Wait, holy shit, chat. This 1053 item level. You sure, man? You sure you can do this?
I was doing it on hard earlier.
You were doing it hard earlier.
Yeah.
Holy. Oh, the stun and the surge. Holy, dude.
In normal, you can just spam this.
Wow.
So if you see, I'm not getting hit by anything, right? But I just
Yeah.
took damage.
Oh, it's bleed damage.
Yeah.
Oh.
When it goes dark, there's a bleed damage.
Oh, I see.
Oh, fuck.
No! My bad, Syla. I talked to you, that's why. Chat, it's worth. We get to see another fight. Oh, he never did the grab pattern.
Yeah, I kind of want to show you.
Oh, the stun? Spacebar into surge?
Ow.
God damn, it hurts. Holy shit. The laser beam?
Oh, don't hit me.
Yo, that headhunt's really nice.
Yeah, the head-on is really top-notch skill for Prokel fight. You can do this at first right now.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. This spacebar is like... I mean, my spacebar is usually off cooldown because I try to dodge shit. Damn, that spacebar surge though! Damn! Holy! Wow.
I mean, it's level 10 surge. Like, damage was a lot higher than I expected.
Oh, damage is higher, but still. Wow.
Let me just quickly go to hard Prokel and then show you what I was trying to do with the spacebar during the grab pattern.
Yeah, it's a dark card set too. Yeah, you guys are right. Didn't crit as much. Well, hard mode is a little... Yeah, I actually don't know the difference. Other than the, like, some additional patterns. And he has like a different animation for both.
And sound too.
Oh, sound. I did not know that one.
Because sometimes it's dark in the room.
Oh, so you
cannot
can't...
see.
Oh. Nice dodge. Oh, the stun. Oh, the spacebar into surge. Holy! Giga Chad. That stun?
Like that.
Oh,
So-
I see what you did. Oh, you
Sure.
brought him out of the wall. Damn.
You could have to do this in hard Prokel. And this is a retaliation pattern.
Yep.
You can spacebar through the boss to actually cast your surge.
Oh.
Ow. Ow.
Oh, yep. That's the donut one. Oh, the grab.
Ow.
He couldn't see. He couldn't see. Oh, so this would be the case. You would lose all the bubble.
Right.
That's why you would. Oh, that's when you use your awakening, fill it up, and then do it again, huh? Oh no! Oh, he's alive. He's alive, chat. He's alive. You can do it.
Can I? I'm gonna get
Yeah.
some bleed damage though.
Oh yeah, bleed damage.
There's a way to actually clear this. I have to wait for the, what is it? The yellow orb to appear.
Mm-hmm.
And then push it, what is it? Push it to the dark phase when the yellow orb is there. And then I have to take the yellow orb to protect myself from the bleed damage.
Oh. Oh no, you're so slow. Holy shit. Holy. One hit damage, man.
No!
Oh. Boy, you're making this way too close, man.
Patiently waiting for the yellow orb.
Wonder what would be the duration for that. Oh no. Oh, the bleed.
Sad.
The bleed, chat.
But anyways, yeah, you have to use that space bar, right, when you're fighting Prokel. It saves you a lot of time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, chat, that was the last part.
And when you're fighting Prokel with your Surge Death Blade, always grab a feast. It helps a lot with the movement speed and then
attack speed, movement speed. Right, right.
Then if you have that, what is it? The food, you can also take that too. It helps a lot too.
Yeah, so chat, that was the last portion of interview series doing the Prokel fight. You guys saw a lot of good stuff, right? I mean, it was a really good fight, man. You just I like how you just go, I'm just gonna take my gear off, and they just went in. Donk walks in and doing the fight, a very long fight. I think some of you learned some tricks that you could do against Prokel. I learned some of them. So where you use Soul Observer to kind of drag him out of the wall, use the spacebar only go through him, and doing the surge. The grab one, we didn't see an example, but you know, at the grab you spacebar backwards, and then he's in a grab phase, so you can land the surge there as well.
Let me show you that one. So there's actually two tips for hard mode Prokel.
Okay. The retaliation angle soon. There we go. Oh!
I was a little bit far, but I guess you guys know. You guys kind of get what I was trying to do, right?
Yeah, I got it. So how that retaliation works, chat, is he doesn't reflect right away. And when you do that, that wave, it stuns you. So you activate that stun, you spacebar back, and then you surge. That wraps it up, boys. We saw a bunch of stuff. This was Syla, right? Donk walks in, showing some Prokel fight. Talks about the Surge Death Blade. I learned so much from it. And also, to wrap up, I have like one question that can wrap up for you, Syla. A lot of my interviews, you know, when we go and there's an entropy class, there's a hitmaster class, etc. What do you mean? So what do you think it means by like good entropy player and bad entropy players? Like what makes a good entropy a class player, and what you should work on to be better as an entropy, like playing an entropy class? And then you can wrap up afterwards too.
If you want to become a good entropy player, you have to know bosses patterns, all the bosses patterns precisely. Even more, if you're playing Surge, you have to know all the bosses mechanics and when it's gonna happen. What you would end up, if you're playing Surge in a very over-geared party, you activate your Blade Arts, and then you get to 20 stacks, and the boss phases. It's a mech. You lose all your stacks, and then when the boss reappears, you get back to 20 stacks, and then it's another mech, because the DPS is too fast. You kind of have to know all the boss's mechanics very well in order to cast maximum amount of surges with a limited, should I say, the damage pie.
Chad, usually that's what most people say. You gotta learn the mechanics. You gotta learn the raid. It has nothing to. Like, you know, you can practice Trixian on the scarecrows all the time, but if you just know what the boss is going to be, and then if you just know the window of opportunities that the boss has, your DPS will generally just increase. So I think just running the raid as much as you can is going to result you having a better uptime. You know, mastering the class is important as well, but mastering the raid is top notch. Like is very important. The critical information that you need in order for you to do a lot more damage. Last comment to end this interview. Anything else to say?
Well, thank you for having me here today. I had a fun time.
Oh yeah, you did. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I think Chad appreciates your good skills, man. It was donk walk skills.
Prokel killed me more.
You don't have to feel bad about Prokel killing you, because I think everyone knew that you took away 3 armor pieces out. You're supposed to die in a couple hits. You know what I'm gonna do is if I go in, I'm gonna die in the first 2 hits. I'll go like, yo, I'm gonna go in, guys. That's what's gonna happen to me. So you were fighting for so long.
For you viewers, if you're looking for ways to improve yourself, improve your skills, I suggest that you start playing some hell modes.
Damn! You heard the man, chat. You heard the man.
Well, hell modes, you really have to know the raid and all the patterns very well, because if you get hit by a single pattern, it hurts you more than your purple pod can heal you. It really does. And some of the big patterns can just one-shot you if you're playing squishy classes like Gunslinger or Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a lot more DPS tight compared to the normal raids. So you have to, you're gonna be learning how to play as a team, synergies, and then you're gonna be learning how to burst within a given time frame. Then you're gonna be learning how to dodge patterns properly too.
Right.
It's gonna take your skill to another level. I improved a lot when I started learning hell modes.
Damn. You heard him, chat. He said he improved a lot ever since he started hell modes. You're excited for Hell Broshaza though?
I would love to play it, but I wouldn't be able to play Lostark when Brawl Hell comes out.
Oh, rip. Chat, rip, man. Rip. It's good thing that we can have some of your precious time here talking with us, man. Appreciate that a lot, because he's a busy man, chat. Syla's a busy man. And that, chat, you guys ready? With that being said, this concludes the interview series that I usually do for most of the classes. This was Syla, the Giga Chad Surge Deathblade. We learned so much from him. Let's give him like a round of easy clap pause, and then we'll end this interview with that. Okay, everyone, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks, Syla. Thanks.